it's Amanda from Our Life on a Marquee, and I wanted to show you something today. This is going to be a trial and error thing, and I apologize for the awful angle. I don't have like fancy schmancy camera or anything because I'm really just experimenting with videos, but this is the 6x8, and excuse my awful nail polish, the 6x8 Simple Stories album. And it's a mix and match thing. It's album and page protectors. It comes with different papers and then chipboard dividers and then these awesome page protectors. And I am doing the Divide and Conquer class from, there's an awful glare on this, but Divide and Conquer class on 2Ps, and I'm going to be using this as my album for our vacation. And at first I thought I was going to do kind of a negative space cover thing, and I'll show you. I printed this out and I still really like it, and I am going to use this somewhere, but I didn't size it correctly. So when I laid it on here, there you go. When I laid it on here, you can see it doesn't fit. So I was kind of bummed, but I went back to the drawing board and I came up with a different idea. And it's going to take some courage because I am not one to do anything out of the box per se. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut into the front of my binder and create kind of a window, and then place my cover step inside. And my idea is, since I'm already going to be covering the inside with pattern paper too, that can be like the backing for the elements that I'm putting inside the window. So I'm hoping that it works. We will see. I'm hoping that I don't ruin my album. And if I do, I'll just cover over both sides of the paper and just not put anything heavy there. So my plan is to be able to lay this down flat and use my cutting mat. And I've taken some computer paper, just really thin paper, and I've cut it at 3.5 by 3.5 square. I tried 4, it was too big. I tried 3, it was too small. So I thought 3.5 was a good estimate. And I know that this is upside down for you guys, but I'm wanting it to be right in the center. So I'm going to do some quick measuring and I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out my measurements and I think I have this placed where I want it. Just using my ruler, and if I look like that, it doesn't look straight at all. Okay, so alright, I'm going to stand up really quick and look at it from the top. Okay, so yeah, I have it where I want it. So I'm going to take the pencil and just trace around this square. Nothing too technical here. I think we've all done this before. Alright, now then, as I'm looking at my album, so you can see I have my square, oh, the lighting here is awful, this square drawn. So you can see my square. Now, tricky part. I'm going to flip this over and grab my cutting mat. So I've got my cutting mat and I've got my X-Acto knife. And basically, I am just going to be cutting this square out all the way through to the backing. So I'm going to use my 10 Holtz ruler here, and this will probably take a couple passes because this is pretty thick, and I have no idea how sharp my razor blade is, but when I go through, you know what? I'm going to take a Sharpie and go over these corners because I cannot see those pencil lines. This way I know where I am cutting from. And I'm sorry that I'm doing this facing me, but, well, can you imagine me trying to do this upside down? I mean, I guess it would kind of be the same effect, but, so I'm just cutting, trying to cut as much of a straight line as possible. And I haven't reached, we're past a little bit. I haven't reached my cutting mat yet, but I'm getting close. And I'm going to cover the front of this with pattern paper probably, so. I'm not too worried about the fact that it went past it right at this point. Alright, so I'm going to keep cutting. You can see what I'm doing right now. And I will come back whenever I get it all cut out. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I just finished the last side here. You can see what it looks like, and I'm hoping it pops out easily, so let's see. Pushing from the outside in, because since this is going to be covered more so than the inside of that, I want my roughest edges to be on the inside. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot believe I just did this. I am so excited right now. Okay, so here is what my altered cover looks like at this point. Now the stuff inside is just stuff that came in the kit, so don't even think about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next phase that I'm going to work on, at first I thought I was just going to let my designer paper be the backing for this, but I have decided that I think I'm going to use a heavier cardstock, simply because, and it doesn't even matter what color it is, like I've got some Stampin' Up! Crumb Cake that I messed up on earlier, and that'll work just perfect, but I want it to be thicker so that it will hold alright, so after I glue that down, I am just going to take just a regular fingernail file, and I'm just sanding down the edges a little bit to make sure that I get all those edges nice and crisp, like the corners and stuff. Okay. Alright, so now I am going to go pick out which papers I want for the front, and I'm going to type out my inside pieces, and I will see you back in just a minute. Alright, so I'm back, and I am so excited how my thing turned out. I'll show you. I used a couple different fonts, where we're going, the dates, where we'll be staying, and then I was going to put like the palmetto and the moon in the middle, but I couldn't find something that I could easily do in Photoshop. So instead, I thought I would use this Studio Calico wood veneer and just kind of, if I can do this, lay it on there like that. And I don't know exactly if I'll do anything to this, like painting it or anything yet. I might do some stamping, I'm not quite sure yet, but definitely there's that. So just to show you where we're headed, we have the cover. Our cardstock will go behind to serve as support, and then this will get layered in there like so with, oh, you guys can't even see because I'm got hand. Well, anyway, you get the drift. The house, oh my goodness, the house will go in here like so. Alright, so that's where we're headed. But we got lots more pretty things to do before we get there. So I went through and I I'm doing the Divide and Conquer class, and so the first thing was to plan. The second step was to get your kit together and stuff like that, or that may have still been, that was still part of the first kit, I think, or the first step. So I've went through and I found some things that I liked. This is, oh my gosh, the Neapolitan, yeah. Pretty sure, Dear Lizzie's Neapolitan, and I'm going to be using some of these in the kit. These are from, it's the Little Things by Fancy Pants, and I like, this is the handwriting, but I thought that I would use some of these cards, and the colors, if you can tell by the colors that I've picked in this, replicate like the pinks and the aquas and things like that. Like this pink down here in this card. So picked that, and then this is from 23. Cosmo Cricket. I really like some of the tags, and I figured I could cut them out and use them in places. My background for, I was trying to find a pattern background, and then I just kept coming back to this Heidi Swap. It's the, I don't even know what color this is. Hold on. Sugar Chic. This pink, and then on the black is this awesome chevron. So I know that I'll be bringing that in some point, maybe not in the cover, but this is going to be my cover base for the album. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this over here. Then, if you know me, you know I'm a wood grain girl. So I bought like 5 of this. It's from Jelly Bean Soup, and it's milk. I love this wood grain. Another chevron. This is Bella Boulevard, and it's Daddy's Girl. So I love that tan chevron. These are Hambly screen prints. This is the pink chevron. And since Charleston is such a shiny, sunny place, this is Rain Clouds in silver. And I also have wood grain that I'm probably going to be bringing in. This is just some brown cardstock that I thought I might need. Some basil brown, or kind of a creamy tan cardstock. Some plain pink cardstock. And then this is from the Sophisticates collection from Bella Boulevard. And it's the pink, red, high five alphabets. So, and then I have lots of thickers, because you know me, I love my thickers. These are some old ones. It's Marquis thickers, Sparkles, Rockabye, Glitter letter stickers. This is Sparkling. This is also Sparkling, but it's like the silver ones. I don't know if it has a different name. Sorry, guys. These are both Dear Lizzie. This is Amy Tangerine journal thickers. And Nikki Ricky. I love this yellow. And then I'm probably going to have some more just sticker flat alphabets letters that I'll be using too, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So let's go ahead, and I figured the easiest way to cover this, and I don't really want this, if you can see like the vignette around it where it's kind of faded, I don't want that. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I am going to cut off the branding strip first of all. And then I'm going to be a bad girl, and I'm going to trim off, I guess I just really need to trim off one side. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my adhesive. I'm going to use my ATG for this because it's a little thicker, or sorry, not thicker, but more permanent. And I'm going to go right along the cloth of the album, and I'm really gonna make sure that I get the adhesive all the way to the edge, because I'm gonna be inking this up, but I don't want my paper to peel up. And along that cloth, there's really no easier way to get it to adhere good. I could Mod Podge this and stuff, but I really don't see the point as long as I put a lot of really good thick adhesive. Now the downside to this is once this paper is on, it's on, so you can't make a mistake. So what I'm looking for is I don't want the edge. I'm just going to butt this up. I'm just going to lay it down all over my album. Okay, so you can see what I've done so far. Now I'm going to flip this over, grab my craft knife wherever I put it. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. And I'm going to trim away the excess. And yes, I'm not using my craft net. I just realized that. Hey guys, this is why I don't do YouTube videos. I mean, making stuff. It's so not professional at this. Alright, so just cut away. Kind of getting into the album there a little bit. That's something that I don't want to do. Just making sure that I've actually cut through it. I'm pretty sure that I have. Maybe not this corner so much. There we go. Ah! There we go. Oh my goodness, guys. Really, this should not be this difficult. There we go. Alright, and I've got a nice pretty cover. Except, what, can you not see? Oh, you're right, my frame, you can't. How can I remedy that? Come in very carefully. I'm sorry if you can see my face in this. I'm a mommy now, so showers aren't an everyday thing. I did shower today, but I figured I wasn't going anywhere, so I go through the hassle of makeup, hair, all that stuff. I'm allowing myself to look sloppy. So I'm just cutting out this window. And the corners where it's stuck is where the adhesive is. So, I mean, that's good. That means the adhesive is doing its job, I guess. Just makes it a little tricky. Alright. Set that aside. And there we go. And like I said, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to ink the edges, but ta-da, it is covered. Okay. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to glue down my adhesive here. Ugh, it's coming up on me. And there. Oh, come on. Sometimes my ATG, it's a love and hate relationship actually. I don't do many big projects like this, so, you know, whatever, but I'm just going to lay this right. It's easy to say it doesn't matter if it's straight, but considering you're going to see the seam around it, it kind of does. So that goes on there just like that. So now we have something, a window to work with here. And when I get the other pattern paper on there, it's just going to support that even more. But, alright, so I'm going to set this aside now and we're going to work on our base. So I have this, and I cut this at 3 1/4 square. So I know that I can do a layer that's 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. But if I do 3 3/4, I'm only going to see a very small frame. But I also know that I'm loving this chevron, and that fits perfectly there. Kind of. Let's see. I want to look at something really quick. You know what? I forgot. I only made my square 3 1/2. How many of you guys have been sitting there saying, duh? So I am going to use this because I like it, but I'm going to have to cut it down to, see, that's 3.5, that's 3.25. Sheesh, I don't even have room for him yet. Okay, you know what? Change of plans. We are going to glue this puppy right down to the pattern paper. So basically this is going to fit right back into the hole it came out of. So if you can make your life tons easier. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to grab, looking to see which, hang on just a second. You can't see me, but I'm looking for an ink color that I think will match. And I think Baja Breeze is going to do the trick. So I've got my Baja Breeze sponge and my Baja Breeze ink. I'm just going to, and I'm just going to ink up the edges with this a little bit to give it some depth and dimension. And then this is going to get glued right inside there. And I'm kind of purposefully roughing out the edges of this pink paper because I liked it on the design, on the original design that I cut off. So I'm just going to roughen that up a little bit. And then my little house, what do I think of it? Stay natural. I actually like that. So this is going to get put on with some Tombow Mono multi-glue. Alright, so this is what the front of my altered Simple Stories album looks like. I love how it turned out. Very simple, but I'm liking it a lot. I didn't want a lot of detail. One thing that I'm contemplating doing is coming back around here with some kind of a border, and I might do that. But even if I left it like this, I still really like it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I know it's touch and go. I'm an awful video person, and this is my first one. But if you like it, leave a comment. And if you don't, please don't, because honestly, I don't want to get my feelings hurt before I leave for vacation. So be nice. We're all crafters. We make mistakes. But if you liked it, I would love to hear what you think. And don't be afraid to pin the photos that I have on my blog either, because I'm very excited about this, that I was brave enough to take the plunge and to do something different. So I hope you have a great weekend. Yay, it's Friday, and I will see you when we get back. Talk to you later. Bye. Years to come for taking the challenge and modifying it. So hope you are doing something similar. If not, if you're afraid to do something like this, do it. You'll feel great once you do. So, alright, can't wait to talk to you. This time it's for real. See you later. Bye.